Hi. Batman the Animated Series, not too surprisingly, brought Adam West for a guest appearance. However, it brought another cast member from 60s Batman. It might not be somebody that you expect, because actually, somebody that was a guest star from that show. And that's Roddy McDowall, and Roddy McDowall played Bookworm. And they brought in Roddy McDowall for Batman the Animated Series, and this time he was not just a one-time guest star. He actually got to be a recurring villain. He got to play, well, at least voice, the Mad Hatter. And I love Mad Hatter, and this show was my introduction to Mad Hatter. And I love Mad Hatter and Batman the Animated Series. You know, when people talk about Batman the Animated Series and its villains, of course, Joker, Mr. Freeze, and if Harley Quinn counts the villain, they get brought up all the time. But I think Mad Hatter needs to get brought up a lot more because the show has a great take on Mad Hatter. And he's a hard villain to use in a serious version of Batman. Alice in Wonderland themed villain for Batman to face. And I love that idea, but it is a hard concept to make work in a serious version of Batman. But they did it. They pulled it off, and they didn't have to do it in a way where they had to make Mad Hatter creepier and more violent, like a lot of more modern comics and version Mad Hatter have to do. They didn't necessarily have to do that. Not that he's not. He is a little bit creepy. Okay, he is creepy, but at least not as creepy as he is in modern Batman comics, where they take things really too far. They have a lot of fun with his mind control powers, and they give him a tragic backstory where, I mean, he is kind of responsible for his own pain, but you could at least, see that he just kind of wanted to be with this girl who was named Alice, and just Alice, liked him as a friend, just wasn't interested in him romantically, and he just couldn't accept that. And so obviously he's responsible for his own problems, but understand his villainy came from a human place. And it's an interesting character, and what they did with him was very interesting. And but Roddy McDowall's performance is amazing, one of the very best villain performances in the show. So much energy, so much passion, and so much fun to listen to. And this Mad Hatter is doing villainous things, but he's still entertaining to watch. He's still fun to watch, and I love that about Mad Hatter. I love that he has this whole Alice in Wonderland theme thing where he hypnotizes these people to act like characters in the show. I love that the woman he's in love with is named Alice. It's kind of over the top, and I love that it wasn't afraid to be over the top. It could still work as a good, serious Batman story, but it didn't have to devolve into realism or grittiness or anything. That. It could just be fun, and I love that. And he wasn't just in that episode; he got to be a recurring villain on the show. I think Mad Hatter actually appeared more often than Riddler did in Batman animated series, which is very strange. But they had an amazing take on Mad Hatter, so I'm not complaining about that. And they did get to bring him back for the new Batman adventures, and even got to be in an episode of Superman the Animated Series. And I love that. So their take on Matt Hatter was very good, in a good number of episodes, actually. And I really did enjoy him. I think it's one of the best versions, adaptations of Mad Hatter. It's right up there for me with the '60s show with David Wayne. I love David Wayne's Mad Hatter, and I also love Roddy McDowall's Mad Hatter. So we have two pretty amazing Mad Hatters there, and Mad Hatter. Ever since I saw Batman the Animated Series, like I want to see more Mad Hatter. I want him to be like a big, major, recurring villain in Batman, not just a villain that shows up every now and then. Because I feel like Mad Hatter barely shows up in Batman adaptations, but I'd love to see more of Mad Hatter. And I think that Batman the Animated Series had a great, fresh take on Mad Hatter that I really did love.